I suddenly opened my eyes, and my brain buzzed. In front of me was a picture that was too familiar to me, the login interface of the world of heaven. The blue light curtain, the cool fighting animation, and the background music that makes people feel hot and bloody, everything seems to be engraved in my bones. Is this the first day of service? I looked down and saw the broken wooden sword in my hand, wearing a novice cloth, and under my feet was the bluestone road in the novice village. The surroundings were full of players who were just on the line, and they were noisy and taking over the NPC's mission. My heart was beating fast, and the memories in my brain flooded like a flood. I am Lin Hao, a garbage player who once had a trash game like a dog in the world of heaven. Being laughed at, being trampled by someone, being humiliated by the thunder-domineering world, saying that I am a waste that will never be on the list. But just yesterday, I was still in the rental house in reality, browsing the forum to read the master's strategies, but when I closed my eyes, I was reborn. Back 5 years ago, the first day of the game just launched. Ha ha ha, God opens his eyes. I couldn't help laughing to the sky, which caused several novice players to look at me in confusion. Brother, why are you laughing at? Have you won the lottery? A fat player came over and showed melon-eating little fatty. He also specially selected a rounded bear cat face, which looked very stupid. I was stunned. Isn't this the little fat guy I had back then? This guy got a batch of technical dishes in the game, but he was very generous. Later, because he helped me with a wave of gang chases and killed me, he was directly defeated and returned to the novice village. I patted his shoulder and smiled. It's nothing, I just suddenly realized that I'm going to get a fortune today. Xiaopeng snatched his head. Distribution? What's the best thing to do in the novice village? Isn't it just to fight against the little monsters and take over the task of delivering things? I didn't answer, and my brain had already started flying. Although I was able to make a living in my previous life, I could recite the strategies of the great gods on the forum. Especially the hidden mission on the first day of the service. The prize is a magical weapon, the Blade of Heaven. This thing was hyped to a high price in the later period, and 3 were sold in the entire server at that time. This one from the novice village is the easiest to get, as long as you know the method. Let's go with me to a place. I didn't say anything, and took Xiaopeng to the back mountain of the novice village. Players around were still silly killing chickens and feathers as missions, and no one paid attention to us at all. Brother Hao, are you running to this broken mountain? There are no monsters here. The little fat followed me panting, feeling puzzled. I ignored him and went straight to the inconspicuous stone wall on the back mountain. This place looks ordinary, but someone broke the news in the forum in his previous life that there was a hidden NPC hidden here, and you could receive the task as long as you touched the conversation. I took a deep breath, raised my hand and knocked on the stone wall 3 times, and then shouted in a low voice, "Guardian of the Heaven, I come and ask for your guidance." As the voice fell, the stone wall suddenly shook, and a shadow of the old white beard appeared from the inside, and the sound was as low as it came from the underground. "Young man, who are you? How dare you slap my sleep?" I was delighted and it was done. This is the hidden NPC Heavenly Guardian. I answered closely according to the dialogue selection on the guide. I am the inheritor of heaven and I am willing to accept the trial and protect this land. The old man narrowed his eyes and looked at me for a while, and then he clicked, "Okay, I know a good idea. I have a blade called the Blade of Heaven, hidden in the Demon Wolf Cave deep in the mountain behind. If you can defeat the Demon Wolf King in the cave, you can get this blade. But I warn you, if you don't have any strength, you will die if you go." Ding! Congratulations to player Lin Hao for touching the hidden mission. Tinch your try. Do you accept it? I didn't hesitate to accept it, then turned to look at Xiaopeng, grinned and said, "Let's go, I'll take you to get the artifact." The little fat man was stunned. A magical artifact? There is this thing in the novice village? Brother Hao, you won't be cheated by NPCs, right? Stop talking, keep up. I kicked him forward, opened the game panel by myself, and quickly glanced at the mission requirements. The Demon Wolf Cave is located on the edge of the map of the novice village. It is full of level 10 elite monsters, and the Demon Wolf King is a level 15 boss. For players who are just online, it is simply a difficult place. But I know that this boss has a fatal weakness. As long as it is operated properly, you can also use level 1 to brush it alone. Half an hour later, we arrived at the entrance of the cave. The entrance of the cave was pitch black, and the howling of wolves came from time to time, and the atmosphere was so sturdy that it made people grow hair. The little fat legs began to tremble. "Brother How, why don't we go back and kill the chicken? This place will be a good place at first glance." "What are you afraid of?" "I'm here." I patted my chest, then took out the novice wooden sword from my backpack, and walked in. The cave was full of elite demon wolves, and they were red with their eyes and had more than 10 points of damage to their claws. I am only level 1 now, my health is only 100, and I have to slap it if I get 2 strokes. But I had already prepared to follow the positioning method in the guide and ran around the stone pillars in the cave, causing the demon wolf to hit the pillars, and tortured the first wave of monsters to death. "Brother How, you're so awesome in your operation." Xiao Pang was stunned from behind, holding a wooden sword in his hand and didn't dare to fight. "Don't be stunned, put on the equipment." I drank the novice medicine and urged him. Although these elite monster exploding things are not very good, they can at least sell a few copper coins and they can play a lot. In this way, I took Xiao Pang all the way to the point of grinding monsters and killed them to the deepest part of the cave. A huge black wolf appeared in front of him, with 4 large blood-red characters Demon Wolf King on his head, which was so energetic. Ding! I discovered the boss Demon Wolf King of the Novice Village, and I suggest a team to challenge it. The system prompted me, and Xiao Pang sat on the ground with a startle and said, "Brother How, do we really want to hit this thing? It can kill me with 1 claw. Just sit and watch the show. I will do this boss alone." I sneered, and my brain began to recall the strategy. Although the Demon Wolf King attacks high, its attack mode is regular. As long as you avoid the first strike and then go behind it and attack the tail, you can touch the weak damage and directly hit 10 times the attack. "Ayo!" The Demon Wolf King roared and rushed over. The claws were holding the sound of the claws, which made the little fat cut his eyes and screamed. I was calm and rolled to the side, dodged perfectly, and then quickly rushed behind it, and it was a ball to the tail. Ding! Attack the weak point, causing violent damage, and the Demon Wolf King suffered 100 points of damage. The Demon Wolf King's blood strip instantly fell apart, making it scream in pain, and it turned around and clawed again. I hit from the side again, and another sword was slashed with my backhand, slashing at my tail. After a few rounds, the Demon Wolf King's blood bar was directly exposed, and he let out an unwilling howl and fell to the ground. Ding! Congratulations to player Lin Hao for killing the boss Demon Wolf King of the Novice Village, and he won 5,000 points of experience, 10 gold coins, and equipped with Blade of Heaven. Ding! Congratulations to player Lin Hao for upgrading to level 5. Ding! Announcement of the entire server, player Lin Hao killed the boss Demon Wolf King of the Novice Village for the first time. Here is an announcement that the prize is expected to be 100 points. As the system prompted the sound came up, I looked at the long sword in my backpack with blue light and couldn't help laughing. The Blade of Heavenly Creation directly increases the attack power by 50, and also has a 10% storm rate bonus. This is simply a bug-like existence in the Novice Village. Bored. Brother Hao, you are so awesome. If you brush the boss alone, it will definitely explode if you post it on the forum. Xiao Pang reacted and was so excited that his face was full of redness. I didn't have time to say anything, and the world channel suddenly exploded. Who is Lin Hao? The first kill of the boss in the Novice Village? How fierce was it on the first day of the service? Is this guy a slut? How could you just get a level 15 boss? Please accept disciples from the great God. I'm still killing chickens, he's killing boss. Looking at the screens in the channel, I felt so happy. I was trampled under my feet in my previous life, and no one remembered my name. Now I have created such a big silence on the first day of my service. This is just the beginning. Let's go back to the village to sell the equipment, and then see what's hot. I put away the blade of the sky and walked back with the fat man. When I arrived at the novice village, I saw a group of players wearing unified guild uniforms surrounding the mission NPCs. The leader was Thunder Bation, the guy who trampled me to death in his previous life. Have you heard that our Thunder Guild has covered all the resources of this novice village? If you want to take over the mission, pay 10 copper coins first, otherwise don't blame us for being rude. Thunder Bation stood in the crowd, his vocals were so arrogant, and his younger brother was still driving those casual players. I sneered, is this guy still as domineering as ever, and wants to destroy resources on the first day of service? Unfortunately, I will not let him be satisfied in this life. Brother Hao, let's go, it's not easy to mess with. Xiaopang muttered in a small voice, obviously scared by the other party's aura. Boom! I walked straight forward. When I passed by Thunder Bation, I deliberately hit his shoulder, and then walked towards the NPC without looking back. You mother is looking for death? Thunder Bation turned around and several of his younger brothers came over and took out a strife to take action. I stopped, turned to look at him, and sneered at the corner of my mouth, what, President Thunder is going to start a battle in the novice village? Come on, I'll play with you. Thunder Bation was stunned, obviously not expecting that I would be so tough. He squinted his eyes and then snorted coldly, boy, I'm reporting my name. I dare to challenge me in the Thunder Guild. I want to see where you are. Lin Hao, remember. I had to talk to him, and then turn around and take over the task. There was a sneer from Thunder Domineering, and his younger brothers called him, but I didn't care. Holding the blade of heaven in my hand, I only have one thought in my heart, I will kneel in front of me and beg for a favor. And this novice village is just the first step for me to crush the entire server. I stood in front of the NPC in the novice village and took on a bunch of simple tasks, and my brain kept counting the next step. I was a tough guy in my previous life, but I didn't read the strategies of those great masters in the forum in vain, especially some hidden dungeons in the early stages of the server, which have a lot of rewards. As long as I finished brushing before other players, the resources and levels can fly directly. Now, holding the blade of the sky in my hand, I have already had my first pot of gold, and the next time I am breaking the gap. Brother Hao, the look of Thunder Bation just looked at you was like eating people. Are we really not afraid of him taking people to make trouble? Xiaopang came over and glanced at the Thunder Guild member who was not far away, with a full voice full of worry. I'm afraid of a hairline. If he dares to come, I dare to let him kneel down. I patted Xiaopang's shoulder and squinted the corner of my mouth. Let's go, I'll take you to brush a hidden copy, and I'll allow you to upgrade like a rocket. When the little fat heard this, his eyes lit up. Hide the copy. Is there such a good thing? Go quickly and leave quickly, don't let anyone get rid of it. I smiled and took him straight to a black forest outside the novice village. According to the forum strategy, there is a hidden copy called Shadow Tomb hidden here. It is full of elite monsters from level 10 to 12. After connecting, it can explode rare materials and blue quality equipment. The key is that the boss will also drop a temporary buff prop, and the effect is a 50% bonus of experience within 24 hours. This is a magical tool in the early stages of the server. When I arrived at the edge of the Black Forest, I stopped, opened the map and confirmed the location, and pointed to an inconspicuous old tree and said, "It's here, the entrance is hidden in the tree hole, but I have to solve a small question before I can enter." Xiaopang was confused. My question? What's the matter? Brother Hao, why do you know everything? Stop talking, help me find 3 stones with marks, which should be nearby. I didn't explain too much, so I started rummaging through the grassland. The forum says that the method of interpretation is to put 3 stones engraved with runes into the tree hole in order to touch the entrance. This question is quite difficult for novices, but for me, a old driver like this, it is simple and small. After 10 minutes, Xiaopang and I slammed the stone head and put it in the guide order. A dark blue light indeed lit up in the tree cave. Then a system prompt popped up, ding. Congratulations to player Lin Hao for discovering the hidden dungeon, Shadow Tomb. Have you entered? In. I didn't say anything and confirmed it. As soon as I saw a flash, the two of them were sent to a dense tomb. The surroundings were full of broken stone walls, and the air was still filled with strange green light, and the atmosphere filled in 1 second. Boke, brother Hao, this place is so scary. Xiaopeng collapsed behind me as soon as he came in, and the wooden sword in his hand was shaking like a squid. Don't worry, it's no wonder that it's hard to fight. Just follow me. I held the blade of the sky and began to explore the way forward. The monster on the first level of the tomb is the Shadow Skull. Its attack is not high, but it is large in number and will be trapped if you are accidentally caught. I directly used the high attack of the Sky Blade to open the way. After a few snippets, a skeleton fell down. After the experience, the little fat man followed behind and slashed. He kept slashing, so he couldn't even hold his mouth in his mouth. Brother Hao, your weapon is too powerful. It's like cutting vegetables with one knife. Xiaopeng sighed with emotion. At this speed, we can directly reach level 10. What's the point of level 10? After brushing this copy, let's start at level 15. I sneered, my eyes swept the map, and began to find the entrance to the second level. There are 3 levels of the Shadow Tomb. Each level is difficult to increase, but the rewards are also thicker, especially the final boss. It is said that there are several rates that the top-level material Shadow Crystal in the early stage of the server can be used to create purple-quality equipment, and it is sold at a price. An hour later, Xiaopeng and I emptied the first 2 layers, changed the equipment on our body, and the backpack was full of blue props and materials. My level was already up to 9, and Xiaopeng also reached 7, and his speed was too fast. At the 3rd level, the boss Shadow Guardian finally appeared. This car was a huge skeleton warrior holding an old sword and the 15th level elite on his head. His aura was stronger than that of the Demon Wolf King. Ding! Warning, Shadow Guardians have high offensive power, and it is recommended to team up to challenge. After the system prompted, Xiaopeng became anxious. Brother Hao, this thing is not easy to mess with. Can we do it? If you can, you have to try it. Do not hide from behind and watch it. Don't drag my back. I gritted my teeth and rushed up directly. According to the forum strategy, the attack range of this boss is large, but the action is slow. As long as you keep a distance and find a timer to break its skills, you can be stable and sanitized to death. Roar! The Shadow Guard roared angrily, and the knife was a memory sweep. I flipped and dodged, and slashed the sword on the blade of the sky with a straight hand. The number of violent attacks jumped out directly, and the boss blood strip dropped a small piece. It turned around and I continued to pull it around and avoided most of the attacks by moving. Occasionally, I was rubbed and also relied on the medicine. After more than 10 minutes, the Shadow Guard finally let out an unwilling roar, fell to the ground, and exposed the equipment and materials all over the floor. Ding! Congratulations to player Lin Hao for killing the Shadow Guard, and he won an experience value of 8,000 points, a bonus of 20 gold coins, equipped with Shadow Guardian, and props, Experience Blessing Roller. Ding! Congratulations to player Lin Hao for upgrading to level 11. Baga, brother Hao, your operation is so good. Skin the boss alone is the same as playing. Xiaopeng dared to run over, picking up the things on the ground, and his eyes were almost emitting. I looked at the Experience Blessing scroll in my backpack and squirted at the corner of my mouth. This thing has a 50% experience bonus in 24 hours, and coupled with the bursting Shadow Crystal, it was simply overwhelmed. However, I suddenly had an idea in my brain. These resources cannot be used for nothing, so I simply used them to trick a wave of thunder and dominate the world so that they know who is the dad of the novice village. Let's go back to the village and put a smoke. I smiled and sent it back with the little fat man. When I arrived at the novice village venue, I directly posted a message on the world channel. After I finished brushing the hidden copy, I burst into Shadow Crystal and Experience Volume. If I have private chats I want to buy, the higher the price will be. As soon as this news came out, the channel Lima exploded. Shadow Crystal? This top-level material was available on the first day of service? Big guy is awesome. What is the test volume? It's very bad to hear it, please ask for the price. Is it you again and Lin Hao? He just killed the boss first, and now he has made such a silence again, please take it. I looked at the screen in the channel and felt so happy. Sure enough, it took less than 2 minutes to get a private chat, and it was Thunder Badian who sent the message. Lin Hao, how much does the shadow crystal cost? Report a price. His temperament was still so loud, as if I owe him money. I sneered and replied, 100 gold is not bad. If you want it, pay the deposit, and if you don't want it, just throw it away. 100 gold? Your mother is robbed. Thunder Tianming was so angry, but soon another sentence was issued, okay, 100 is 100, where's the trading location? I saw it half an hour outside the north gate of the novice village and came with money. I stopped the sentence, closed the private chat, and turned to Xiaopeng, let's go, prepare to watch the show. Xiaopeng was confused, what are you looking at? Isn't you selling things? Selling is a big deal, I want to let Thunder Badian help the fool for a waste. I snorted coldly, and the brain had already started to do anything to cheat them. In the forum, I have long seen the style of Thunder Guild doing things. This helps people rely on the large number of people and often strengthen resources and do not talk about rules at all. That being the case, I will dig a hole for them to let them jump in. Half an hour later, Xiaopeng and I were hiding in a forest of trees outside the north gate of the novice village, watching Thunder Badian coming with more than 10 guild members, one with a swaying with weapons in our hands, as if we were smashing the field instead of a transaction. Lin Hao, where's the person? Don't waste my time. Lei Tingbation stood in the open space and shouted, his words filled with fire. I hid behind the tree and said to Xiaopeng in a low voice, look at it, the next thing is good. I switched directly to anonymous mode and posted a message on the world channel, a rare boss was found outside the north gate of the novice village, with a very high explosion rate, first come first served. As soon as the news came out, the nearby good player Lima exploded. The world channel was flooding the screen as fast as the rockets. In less than 5 minutes, a large number of casual players gathered outside the north gate. They were so excited that they were like chicken blood, and they started looking for the so-called boss everywhere. When Thunder Badian saw this scene, his face turned dark, where's the boss? What's this stupid guy running for? Children, it may be that boy Lin Hao who is playing tricks on us. A little brother came over and reminded him in a small voice. Take me? He dares. Thunder Badian gritted his teeth and started to drive the players with people. It's all open. Our Thunder Guild has already included this place. Whoever runs around, I'll clear the store directly. As soon as this came out, the players of the scattered people were willing to fuck him. Someone from Lima replied, what kind of package is here? This is not your backyard. Everyone is a player. Whoever found the boss? 2 prescriptions say one by one, the flaming medicine tastes more and more, and finally a single player couldn't help but attack, but was cut by someone from the Thunder Guild. This time, the scattered players in the Thunder Guild directly formed a group, and the scene was as chaotic as the vegetable market. I hid behind the tree and watched it all, almost laughing. Xiaopeng also covered his mouth, holding his face full of redness. Brother Hao, your move is so damn. Thunder Badian is so angry that he vomits blood. This is just a little bit of meaning. Next, there are big moves. I sneered, quickly opened my backpack, took out a bunch of low-level equipment that had just been blown into the dungeon, and directly broke the battlefield. Then I anonymously posted a message on the world channel, the boss was killed, and a bunch of equipment was exploded. It was in the grass outside the north gate, come and sweep it. As soon as the news came out, the people on the battlefield became even more crazy. The players and members of the Thunder Guild fought and rushed towards the grassland. As a result, they found that they were all garbage and white, and they were so angry that they were full of fire. Thunder Badian finally reacted and shouted with a roar, Lin Hao, your mother will bring me out. Don't hide. I ignored him and quietly walked to the other side with Xiaopeng. I watched the Thunder Guild be attacked by scattered players. More than 10 people forced to slap them, and the rest were beaten to death. Even Thunder Badian lost half of his blood. Let's go, it's almost done, let's go back to the village. I clapped my hands, feeling very happy. This wave not only tricked Thunder Badian, but also made them lose faces in front of all server players, and the forum will definitely be blown up again. Sure enough, when I returned to the novice village, the world channel and forum were already booming. Thunder Guild was attacked by scattered people, ha ha ha, I'm so laughing. Is this the #1 guild? I heard that it was Linhao's fault. This guy is too fierce. Not to mention picking a boss, he can also cheat the guild. Boss Linhao, please take it. I am one of the casual people who just snatched the equipment outside the north gate. Haha, although I didn't get anything, it's so good to see Thunder Badian eating. Looking at these news, I felt so happy. In my previous life, I was trampled by Thunder Batian so much that I couldn't lift my head, and now I finally got a revenge. However, this is just the beginning. The Thunder Guild is full of people. I am not enough to rely on myself alone. I must pull up my own team to truly be with them. Xiao Pang, let me get a message, just say that I recruit teammates in the novice village venue, and I need good skills and dare to fight with the Grand Priest. I turned my head to Xiao Pang, and my language was full of determination. Little Fat points to the head, and Lima send a recruitment message in the channel. Boss Linhao teams up, brushes dungeons to fight guilds, and dares to come to the novice village building and gather quickly. As soon as the news came out, Lima on the field was hot, and several casual players ran over, with a hot look. One of the players in the assassin's career spoke directly, Brother Linhao, I heard that you cheated Thunder Batian. I have long seen that helping others inconspicuously, I'm one of them. I glanced at them and pointed, okay, let's fight a team of 5 first and try to cooperate, there's a big job behind it. As soon as these players heard this, Lima rose up and said they would follow me to fuck me. I watched more and more players on the field, and a fire ignited in my heart. Thunder domineering the world, you wait, this is just the starting point of my rise. Next, I want to make you even in the novice village. The people in the novice village were dying, and the recruitment news just came out was like a stone thrown into the water, instantly causing a wave. In less than 10 minutes, the field was filled with players, and his eyes were hot, and he wanted to join my team first and then. After all, the incident of cheating Thunder Badian has been circulating in the forum and the world channel. Who doesn't want to hold on to the top and get a share of the pie? Brother Linhao, I'm one. I'm playing a wizard. Although I'm only at level 8, the operation is okay. I won't drag my back. A tall and thin player rushed to me. The game ID was called Fengzhong Fengyan. He looked like he had chosen a long-robed wizard. He looked a little too good, but his eyes were full of seriousness. Okay, stand on the side, wait until someone is over. I clicked my head and continued to sweep over the crowd. A few players came over, and there was a warrior IDGB old king holding a big shield, with a thick voice like a sandpaper, Boss Linhao, I can resist and fight, I have long been unable to see the help of the Thunder Guild. It's okay to be sure of you. There is also an archer girl with ID drinking under the moon, her voice is soft but her vocals are very strong, I can do it all the way, but I hear you want to do something big, and I want to try it too. With Xiaopang, the team quickly defeated 5 people. I looked at the help of a newcomer. Although the grade was not high and the equipment was average, I was still very enthusiastic and my eyes were full of fuzziness. I cleared my throat and said, I heard it well. We haven't been here to play every family. Thunder Badian will definitely not be willing to help others. I have to find fault if I follow me. I have to prepare for the battle at any time, stay if I dare to come and leave now if I don't dare. As soon as this was heard, several teammates looked at each other and did not retreat. Lao Wang of the Iron Wall directly patted his chest, I'm afraid of a ball. No matter how awesome the Thunder Guild is, he never heard that he can cover the sky with one hand. Brother Linhao, you can fuck him, just do whatever you say. Okay. I grinned, and a fire broke out in my heart. the first thing is that we will go and sweep the most difficult copy of the entire server, the Bloodflame Castle. This place is difficult, but there are many rewards. After sweeping, it will not only open up the level gap, but also win the first killing achievement, so that the entire server will know our names. Bloodflame Castle? I heard it was a copy of level 15 or above, with a bunch of elite monsters, and the boss has even changed. Can we be of this level? Feng Zhongyan heard it, his eyebrows were snaking, and his language was a little hesitant. With me here, what copy is not a cabbage? I patted the blade of heaven in my backpack, full of confidence. I have long been memorizing the forum strategy. Although the Bloodflame Castle is difficult, the boss mechanism has loopholes. As long as the team cooperates well, the positioning and braking skills are appropriate, I will not be afraid at all. Moreover, the attack power bonus of the magic weapon in my hand is not a big one, and there is no problem in hard work. Let's go, don't waste your time, go directly to the entrance of the dungeon village. I waved my hand and took the team straight to the ancient castle site outside the novice village. On the way, Xiaopeng came over and muttered in a low voice, "Brother Hao, can we really do it? After a lot of cars, will Thunder Badian help us to laugh to death? Car? It doesn't exist." I sneered, "Wait and see, this copy is the first kill today, we'll be sure to get it." Half an hour later, the team arrived at the entrance of the Bloodflame Castle. This place is a ruin, with vines crawling on the broken city walls, and a burnt smell filled with air, and a danger is visible from afar. The system prompt also jumped out, ding. I found a high-difficulty dungeon, Bloodflame Castle. It is recommended to level 15 or above, and Teen Challenge. Will you enter? In. I made a point without hesitation and the 5 team members were instantly sent to the dungeon. In front of me was a dark long corridor, with green fires burning on both sides, and the sound of growling sounds came from afar, making people breathless. The trough, is this place really evil? Xiaopeng collapsed behind me as soon as he came in, and the wooden sword in his hand was shaking like a squid. Don't worry, it's no wonder that it's hard to fight. Just follow me. I held the blade of the sky and began to lead the way. The monster in the first level of the castle is the Bloodflame Skeleton, a 15th level elite. The attack has the effect of flame burning, and the blood is thick enough to be out of reach. The general team has basically won the team. But I was ready to arrange my position directly according to the strategy, Old One of the Iron Wall, fight monsters in front. The wind is in the wind, put skills in the middle of the station, and take a long journey to pull hatred under the moon. Xiaopeng, follow me and replenish your sword. As soon as the team members heard it, Lima took their place. The old king of the Iron Wall pushed the big shield up and resisted the attack of the 3 skeletons. Although the blood bar fell wildly, it was at least on top. Feng Zhongshuyan's staff was blown away and a fireball was smashed over. Although the damage was not high, it at least grabbed the hatred. The moonlight was alone and arrowed from behind, and the cooperation was still tacit understanding. And I directly opened the blade of the sky and penetrated into the monster pile, and the weak hit one by one. The blood strips of the Bloodflame Skeleton were like paper, and they were cleared in a few seconds. After finishing the first wave of monsters, the teammates were stunned. Bored, Brother Lin Hao, your output is too distorted. Half of the blood is gone after one knife. Lao Wang, the old man in the iron bar, drank medicine and sighed, and his eyes were almost full of stars. Don't waste your time, keep moving forward and keep fit. I ignored their surprise and pushed forward with the team. Although there are many elite monsters in the first and second levels, with the support of the artifacts and strategies in my hand, there is no pressure at all. The cooperation between teammates is becoming more and more familiar, and their experience value has increased, and all the members have been upgraded to the next level at all. When it comes to the third level, the Blood Flame Demon finally appears. This Carton is a huge flame demon with black flames, holding a burning giant axe in his hand, with the 18th level master's logo on his head, crushing all the monsters in front of him. Ding! Warning, the Blood Flame Demon will have extremely high attack power and scope skills. It is recommended to be cautious when challenging. The system prompted and the fat little legs became soft. Brother, how? This thing is obviously not something that humans can fight. We really won't run away? Running, I have a way to do this, boss. I gritted my teeth and recalled the way I played on the forum at a speed. Although the blood flame demon is strong, its skills are forward-looking. As long as the time is cut off, the difficulty can be greatly reduced. Moreover, it has a fatal weakness. Every time you use the ultimate move, you will enter the weak state in a short time, and the attack can cause double damage at this time. I've heard it. Lao Wang of the Iron Wall resists the first wave of skills. Don't be too hard and pay attention to the positioning. Feng Zhongshou and Yuexia treat each other alone. Don't worry about the output, and wait for my signal to hit. Xiaopeng, help me stare at the boss's actions and shout for skills. I quickly assigned the mission, and then rushed up by myself. Roar! The blood flame demon roared angrily, and the giant axe suddenly smashed down, and a fire pit was smashed out of the ground. Lao Wang from the Iron Wall barely hit on one side, but half of the blood was still wiped away by the remaining wave. I took advantage of the opportunity to ramble to the side and slash the boss's knee, and the number of blows jumped out, and half of the blood fell off. Be careful, it is going to use its ultimate move. Xiaopeng suddenly shouted. I looked up and saw a group of black fires ignited from the boss's giant axe, ready to launch a range of skills. I shouted loudly, the wind is dead, now, ice art. Feng Zhongshou reacted quickly. With a blow of the staff, an ice blue light hit him, which broke the boss's skill. The blood flame demon will roar and enter the short and weak state. I shouted, all members will be sent out, beat them hard. The teammates rushed up, and their skills and basic attacks were like money-free hitting the boss. My violent injury was even more disgusting. After a few rounds, the blood flame demon directly saw the blood strips. Finally, he roared unwillingly and fell to the ground, bursting out a piece of golden light flashing equipment and materials. Ding! Congratulations to the player Lin Hao team for killing the blood flame demon, completing the first killing of Blood Flame Ancient Castle, earning 15,000 points of experience, 50 gold coins, equipped with Blood Flame Battle Boots, and materials, Devil Flame Essence. Ding! Announcement of the entire server, player Lin Hao led his team to complete the first killing of Blood Flame Castle. Here is an announcement, and the reward is expected to be 500 points. A series of prompts sounded, and the teammates exploded directly. Lao Wang, the Iron Wall, shouted excitedly, Boke, first kill. Announcement of the entire server. We are famous. I couldn't help laughing when I drank alone at the moon. Brother Lin Hao, you are so awesome. I thought this boss would be rushing, but I didn't expect to get over it. I looked at the newly bursting purple blood flame war boots in my backpack, and the corner of my mouth squirted. This thing has 30% movement speed and flame resistance, which is simply the best. However, it was so good. I knew that when this first killing happened, Thunder Badian would definitely not be able to sit still. Sure enough, just after the copy was released, the world channel exploded. Is Lin Hao you again? The first killing of Blood Flame Ancient Castle? This guy is going to be a thug. Even a level 15 dungeon can be killed first. This team is too fierce, please give me a thigh. Why is the Thunder Guild not saying a word? Isn't it the #1 in all servers? Is the face sucked? Looking at the channel screens, I felt so happy. But before I could catch my breath, I was shocked when I chatted, and the person who sent the message was Thunder Badian. Lin Hao, don't think it's great to kill me first. Let me wait. I'll take someone to kill you tonight. Come on, please wait any time. I replied, closed the private chat, and turned to the teammates. Thunder Badian is coming to find fault. Let's go to the wild ambush and kill them. Resistance? There are so many people, so we only have 5 people. Can we do it? Feng Zhongshou was stunned, with a little worried in his language. It's a big deal to have more people. With me here, I will kill as much as I come. I sneered and led the team straight to a wilderness outside the novice village. I have read the forum guide for a long time. The terrain here is complicated and suitable for ambushing and fighting, just to give Thunder Domineering a single drop of my way. When I arrived in the wilderness, I quickly arranged my position. Old Wang of the Iron Wall and Yuexia guard the high ground alone. Feng Zhongwu is ready to prepare the skills of the control field. Xiaopeng and I go down to attract enemies. Remember, don't be too tough, break up their people first. Teammates clicked and each took their own place. Within half an hour, a sound of footsteps came from afar. Thunder Batian came with more than 20 guild elites. One was so powerful that the weapon in his hand was shining with cold light, and it seemed that he was in a hurry to make trouble. Lin Hao, let me come out. What's the point of hiding? Thunder Batian stood in front of the team, his voice filled with fire. Hide? I'm here. I sneered, stood out from Chao Rui, and slapped the blade of the sky in my hand, and my air was filled with energy. Xiaopeng also stood up with me. Although his legs were shaking a little, he still shouted with a hard head, Thunder Domineering, don't be awesome, let you know who is your father today. Looking for death. Thunder Batian snatched his hand, and more than 20 people directly rushed over. The magician's skills and archers attacked and smashed the sky, and the scene instantly formed a group. Go! I shouted loudly, and rushed into the enemy directly with the speed bonus of the Blood Flame battle boots. With the help of the first wave of attacks, I cut over an enemy assassin with one knife, and jumped out loudly with a slash. At the same time, Lao Wang and Yuexia took a separate blow from the high ground, storming a large area of ice in the wind, directly controlling 5 or 6 people on the other side, and the battle scene was cut open in an instant. Don't let them run away, kill the mage first. I slashed and shouted, and the teammates cooperated more and more, relying on 5 people to suppress more than 20 people on the other side. Thunder Batian's face became increasingly difficult to see. He tried to pick me up on his own, but I took a position to avoid the skill, and then cut off half of his blood with a few swords, which scared him backwards. Chairman, we can't hold on anymore. Lin Hao is so turbulent. A wizard from the Thunder Guild was shot by a single arrow from the moon, and was still shouting before his death. Retreat! Retreat first! Lei Ting Batian gritted his teeth and fled with the remaining humans and wolves. A pile of equipment and medicine was left on the ground, and the scene was incredible. Chasing! Don't let them run away! I shouted, and chased and killed the team, and fucked several of their core members. The Thunder Domineering team collapsed in a row, and even the novice village dared not return and ran directly into the wild area. You can't do it. That's all for Thunder Guild? You're so beaten up by us. Lao Wang, the Iron Wall, laughed, and the teammates also started to sway, and the atmosphere was so hot. I looked at the back of Thunder Batian running away and sneered. This battle not only defeated their talent, but also made it known to everyone in the server that the Thunder Guild was a paper tiger. Sure enough, the battle ended and the world channel and forum exploded. Lin Hao is awesome. 5 people fight against the Thunder Guild, more than 20 elites. This is a magical operation. Thunder Batian's face is so big, do you still dare to shout? He was beaten back to the novice village. From today, Lin Hao is the invincible tycoon in my heart. Please take the big guy to fly. Looking at these news, I felt so happy. The humiliation of being trampled under the feet in the previous life was finally washed away at this moment. However, I know that Thunder Batian will not be able to stop like this. Next, they will definitely want to do their best to report. Brothers, pack up your stuff and prepare for the next tough battle. I turned to my head and looked at my teammates, with aspirations full of struggles. The challenge of the Thunder Guild just began, and I don't even have the chance to make them come true. It's been a month since the time flies. The level of players in the entire server has generally reached level 30 or above, and the resource battles between major guilds have also entered a vein. And I, relying on my past memory and forum guide, have long since pushed my level to level 38, holding the Skyblade and a purple dress in my hand, and I hope to directly dominate the top spot in the entire server. My team has also expanded from the 5 people at the time to a small guild called Heartfelt Alliance. There are more than 30 members, and each of them is carefully selected operational monster. This day, the system suddenly issued a major announcement, ding! The competition in the entire server is about to begin. The teams participating in the competition will conduct 5v5 competition in the virtual competition. The champions will receive the only number of the entire server, Evil Overlord, and reward the award and convey the equipment, Skywar Armor. The registration deadline is 24 o'clock tonight, and quickly form the team to participate. As soon as the announcement came out, the world channel was directly bombed. Both slot, full server competition venue? This is the ultimate battleground for who can be the boss. The enemy-free Overlord Su'Nai is awesome when he hears it, and the delivery is even more expensive. Boss Lin Hao must have participated, right? Thunder Guild must have come this time, and I heard that Thunder Badian has spent a lot of money to collect a bunch of top-level equipment recently, and he is so excited that he wants to take revenge. I looked at the channel's screen and squirted. The full server competition venue, this is an opportunity one have been waiting for a long time. In my previous life, I didn't have the qualifications to register, so I could only watch the Thunder Badian helping others win the championship with endless vigor. In this life, I will let them never even enter the game. Brothers, are you ready? We will go directly to the championship in the competition. I opened the guild channel, and my language was full of ambition. Brother Hao, tell me, how can I fuck you? The Thunder Guild should have cleaned up long ago. Lao Wang, the first response of the Iron Wall, was full of excitement. Brother Lin Hao, I have studied the rules of the competition field. In the 5v5 battle, the map is random, we have to choose the strongest look. Feng Zhongfeng also said, and it was obvious that he had already done his class. Okay, there are only 5 veterans in the team. I, Lao Wang of the Iron Wall, Feng Zhongwu, and Yu, plus Xiaopeng. Others are responsible for logistics and information, and you must understand the Battle of the Thunder Guild. I quickly assigned the tasks, and then took the main team straight to the competition venue registration point. The registration scene was crowded with people, and the teams of major guilds came, and their enthusiasm was stronger than the other. I saw Thunder Batian at a glance. He stood in the crowd with 4 core members, wearing a newly built golden gear and a red light on his weapon, which seemed to have cost a lot of money. Lin Hao, I didn't expect you to come. Thunder Batian sneered when he saw me, and his words were full of picking. Last time I made you cheap in the wild. This time I went to the competition venue, but there was no terrain to show you a little cleverness. I want to step you back to the novice village. Tread me? I'll hate you. I was not showing any weakness, and faced his gaze and replied directly, Thunder dominate the world, don't say a big deal, today I will not even be able to enter the game. Mad. Wait and see. Lei Ting Badian gritted his teeth and turned away with the man. Before leaving, he also said, I hope you won't be eliminated when you first round. Brother Hao, this guy looks really a little bit, we have to be careful. Xiaopeng came over and muttered in a low voice, and his face was filled with worry. Be careful, no matter how awesome he is, he can't turn out the palm of my hand. I snorted coldly, and the brain had already started to calculate the battlefield. Someone has long exposed the mechanism of the competition venue. In the 5v5 battle, maps are randomly extracted, including plains, forests, ruins and other environments. Each map has different combat techniques. Thunder Badian likes to be tough, and his beauty must be high output and higher defense. I plan to use my flexible positioning and control skills to directly kill them. On the day of the competition, there were crowds of people inside and outside the competition, and the system live broadcast channel even filled the audience. The results of the first round of competition draws came out soon. Our Haotian League, against a small guild that was unknown, had all the same size as the other party, and there was no threat. Brothers, let it go, the trainer of this game. With my order, the team rushed directly into the map. This site is a plain, with no cover, just right for my high explosion output. The blade of heaven was swept, and the numbers were jumping violently. The 5 opponents could not bear it at all. The old king of the Iron Wall was on the front and resisted the damage. He was in a storm in the wind and shot a little while away from the moon. The fat man was responsible for replenishing his sword, and his cooperation was the same as in the teaching and science books. In less than 10 minutes, the opponent's entire army was not defeated, and the system directly determined that we were in a victory. Ding! Congratulations to the Haotian League team for upgrading the second round. Bored, the team of Boss Lin Hao is too strong. Will it take 10 minutes to resolve the battle? The Sword of the Sky is 1 by 1, who can hold on to this output? The live broadcast channel is as fast as a rocket. I felt so happy when I looked at these comments. However, this is just a hot body, and the real tough battle is still behind. In the next few rounds of competitions, our teams were getting smoother and smoother. Whether it was forest maps or ruin maps, I used my previous life experience in forum battles to predict the opponent's position in advance and directly led the team to crush them. Lao Wang of the Iron Wall has become stronger and stronger in the anti-trauma ability. The control skills of Feng Zhongyan are so pure that they can use the fire and fire. The distance output of the moon alone is even more stable. Although Xiaopeng is technically skilled, he can at least replenish his knife and delay time. The 5 people have never crossed the car and successfully fought for the finals. And the Thunder Batian didn't disappoint me. They made the same progress with the equipment and the battle of people who had piled up money. The results of the game map drawing were announced ruins, all players in the server were blown up. The ruins? There are many masks here, suitable for ambushing and pulling. Lin Hao's team must have advantages. The Thunder Guild has better equipment. Lin Hao may not be able to hold on to the tough words. There is something to watch here. I looked at the map information and squirted at the corner of my mouth. The ruins is the terrain that I am best at long. No matter how many war arts posted in the forum in my previous life, they have analyzed the way of playing this map. As long as you make good use of the mask and the difference in terrain, Thunder Batian will help you to be a living target. Brothers, I heard that this game is not only a championship, but also the best chance to beat the Thunder. Lao Wang, the Iron Wall, guarded the entrance, prepared a large area to control it, and ambushed me at the high point on the right under the moon. The little fat man is responsible for attracting the enemy. Remember, don't fight head-on, break them apart before fighting. I quickly arranged the battle, and the teammates were in their heads and took their place. At the beginning of the competition, the scene of the ruins opened, and the eyes were filled with old stone walls and ruins, and the smell of nitros was filled with the air. The team of Thunder Batian is indeed still the same old routine. 5 people hugged the group and rushed into the open space. Thunder Batian was at the forefront, and the red drama in his hand was extremely energetic. Lin Hao, where did you hide? Come out! Thunder Batian shouted, and the sound replied in the ruins. What's the hurry? I'll send you on the way right away. I sneered, poked my head out from a high point, and winked at the drink under the moon. High point on the right, go over and fuck them. Thunder Batian reacted quickly and rushed towards me with 2 warriors. The wizards and archers in the back row began to throw skills at the high point, and fireballs and arrows flew across the sky. Feng Shi, control the field. I shouted loudly, and Feng Shi, the Feng Shi Lima jumped out after covering her body. A large area of ice shots smashed down, and it forced the 3 people in the head of Thunder Batian. The foot was covered with ice, and the movement speed directly turned into a crawling place. Fight! I seized the opportunity and drove down from a high point with the moonlight. The blade of heaven pointed directly at the thunder and dominating the sky. With a violent attack, his blood bar dropped a large part. The Iron Wall Lao Wang also came from the entrance and held the output from the other party's back row to compete for time. The little fat man was roaming around, pretending to run away, and successfully led an assassin on the other side, and the battle scene was cut into pieces in an instant. Lin Hao, you mother, please dope me. Thunder Batian swung out of the ice basin effect, gritted his teeth and slammed the ball against the counterattack, but my movement speed completely crushed him with the blood flame boots. He avoided his attack in a few moves, and then he slashed his backhand and cut off 1/3 of his blood. You have made a lot of money from this equipment, but unfortunately, the operation cannot keep up. No matter how good the equipment is, it is a waste. I laughed at me, and the thunder was so arrogant that my face was green. I could use my skills to escape, but I was all avoided, but I was shot by the moon alone, and the blood bar was about to be seen. Chairman, I can't hold on anymore, let's retreat. The Wizard of the Thunder Guild was fucked by Lao Wang and Feng Zongxi, and was still shouting before his death. The thunder-dominating team collapsed in a row, 5 people died and ran away, and he was still fighting hard. Remove it, I'm fighting with you today. Thunder-domineering eyes saw that the big fight had gone, so he simply ignored his teammates and rushed towards me with a single gun. The red sword smashed down with a sound of breaking the air, and his air was a bit bluffing. Single pick, right? I sneered, and turned around without retreating, and relied on my move to avoid his ultimate move, and then surrounded one side and the blade of heaven was hitting his back, and the blood bar was directly cleared. Ding! Player Lin Hao killed Thunder Batian. Ding! Congratulations to the Haotian League team for defeating the Thunder Guild team, winning the full server competition championship, awarding the title Evil Overlord, and equipped with Sky War armor. The system prompted the audio to be broadcast all over the field, and the live broadcast channel exploded instantly, and the screen syncing speed was so fast that even the eyes couldn't keep up. Lin Hao is awesome. Just pick the thunder domineering the sky and kill it in seconds. The unrivaled overlord is not a false reputation, this operation shows off your head and your skin is irritating. Thunder Guild has finished this round, and his face has been trampled, ha ha. I looked at the virtual figure of Thunder Batian falling down, and the Tianyao armor with the system award, so I almost laughed out loud. This set of war armor is not only extremely good at nature, but also has the only external special effect in the entire server. After putting it on, it looks like a golden light flash, and it will be full of focus everywhere you go. Brother Hao, it's great! This champion is worth it. Xiaopeng ran over and was so excited that his face was full of redness and dancing. Brother Lin Hao, from today on, the whole server will have to call you a big shot. Lao Wang, the iron-blocked old man, also followed me, and his teammates surrounded me, smiling so hard that they couldn't hold their mouths. At this time, Thunder Batian actually took the initiative to post a private chat, and his temperament was so low, Lin Hao, I've fallen this time. I think Thunder Guild will not be against you in the future, okay? I'm sure. I've been fucked long ago. I replied, closing the private chat, feeling so happy. The humiliation of being trampled under his feet in his previous life was finally washed clean at this moment. After the competition, I brought my team back to the main city. The system directly erected a champion statue for us in the center of the city. Under the statue, the name the Invincible Overlord Lin Hao was engraved. All the players passing by were able to watch, and the World Channel and Forum were even more full of my name. Boss Lin Hao, you will be my idol from today. Please take a fly. Is the Haotian Alliance still recruiting people? I want to join, give it an opportunity. Thunder Batian has been in the end this time. I heard that the members of the guild have run away halfway. Ha, I'm alive. Looking at these news, I felt satisfied. On the first day of Rebirth and returning to the server, I walked step by step from the novice village to the present. Not only did I crush the Thunder Batian, but I also stood on the full service peak with my brothers. This kind of reverse pleasure is simply unparalleled. Brothers, our goal next is the first guild of the entire server. Who dares to pick and play one by one? I stood in the main city and announced loudly to the members of the Haotian Alliance that the sound was full of domineering. Brother Hao is mighty. The first in the server, we are the only one. The teammates responded loudly, and their vigor was swollen. Under the sunset, I looked at the war armor and the enemy overlord's name in my backpack, and a smile appeared on the corner of my mouth. Wu Chai Lin Hao in his previous life has disappeared completely. Now I am the most deserving king of the world of heaven. In the future, countless challenges are waiting for me, but no matter who the opponent is, I will pass by it with one blow, so that everyone knows that this virtual world is Lin.